there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're in Washington, D.C. with Rob from Trip Hacks DC. Honestly, if you're coming to D.C., check out his stuff. He's got things on the metro, he's got things on the museums, he's got pretty much something on everything for DC. And the thing is he's also a private tour guide. And so we're going to talk about today are kind of reasons why it's a good idea to hire a private guide. Now, I know sometimes you don't need to take one. You might know the city well enough and you don't want to deal with it and things like that. But what we're going to focus on is really reasons why it can really be a good bang for your buck and really worth doing. Because one of the reasons why, coming here with Rob and hiring him and having him give us a tour is one of the big things is he knows what he's talking about. And one of the big issues I've seen when I've traveled is you go see your buddies and they all think that they know the city, right?
Sure.
And the thing is most of the times your friends don't know the city because they go to work from 9 to 5 and then they go watch TV at night, and then maybe on the weekends their cousins come and they show a little bit of it. And if you really want to know something, your friend probably doesn't know as much as a real guide. So that's why I really want you to look at is just think about some of these reasons why it's a good idea to hire a guide. So first reason, who would like to start first? You want to start first?
I'll go ahead and start first. So the first reason is efficiency. So when you come to a new city, when you come to Washington, D.C., you're only going to have a limited amount of time here. And a lot of people don't plan for long enough trips. Honestly, I recommend at least 3 days, but up to a week, and you're still not going to be able to see everything. And so if you are on a limited schedule, hiring me to show you around, I can show you all of these monuments and memorials on the National Mall in 3 hours or less. Now, I've heard other people who have come and they said, geez, if I had just been wandering around on my own, it would have taken me 6 hours and I wouldn't have any idea what I saw when I was going around. So as far as efficiency goes, I know the most efficient route. I can take you from one to the next and tell you everything that you need to know, and we can end just on time.
And that's another thing is all the stuff that he does know, actually, if you really want to get more out of a visit, for a private guide, they know their stuff. So they can go into that history. So if you want more of the academic background, they can help you in that respect. I know Jocelyn's loved talking about the history of the architectural history and stuff, and that's been really cool for her. But the thing is, they know their stuff. So they know the who's, the what's, the where's, the why, the when's. It's not just facts. They're not just reading off, here are the 10 facts about Washington, D.C. It's the information. What do you say?
Yeah, absolutely. So one thing that people ask me all the time is, why should I sign up to take a tour when I can look up all these monuments on Wikipedia and the facts are free and walking around the National Mall is free, so why should I hire a tour guide and pay for that service? And really, you could certainly look up all the facts on Wikipedia and you could walk around by yourself. I'm not going to say that you can't do that, but the tour is about more than facts. It's about stories as well.
Yeah, and that's one thing. When we've taken tours, and we've gone tours in Ecuador, we've gone in Brazil, we've gone in China, Japan, other places, and here is you get so much more out of it. It's more than just, like we said, the facts. It's the stories that really make these places come alive, and that's where a guide can really do a great job.
Yeah, I mean, you can look up what year the Lincoln Memorial was built and why Lincoln is sitting down and that the Gettysburg Address is inside, but I can tell you about the significance of why the Gettysburg Address is inside and what some of the other stuff means. And the other thing is that when you come on a tour, especially a private tour, you can ask as many questions as you want.
Yeah. And Jocelyn's been doing that because her big thing, like I said, is architectural history, and she's been hitting them boom, 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 and he knows his stuff. And that's one thing I've always liked. Everywhere I've gone in the world, we've hired private guides. They know their stuff. I don't know how it is here, but like when we were in Ecuador, they get certifications for different stuff, from geology to food to stuff like that. And so they get these trainings and stuff, and they can really do a lot more and talk about a lot more. And so it really makes the visit really come alive. Another thing that's really cool about private guides for me is the tailored nature of it, because we're here with our kids, and Rob knows that we can't hit 4,000 things with kids, so we can adjust to that. I mean, you want to say something about that?
Yeah, so when you do a private tour, you really do get a custom experience. And what I mean by that is that everybody has different interests, everybody has a different sense of what they know, and I don't have the same tour for someone who's visiting from another country who doesn't know that much about American history that I do for someone who majored in history and knows a lot of stuff. I have two completely different tours, and actually I have a lot more than just 2 tours. I can tailor it to exactly what you're looking for, and that's not something that you can really get in a big group because they have to give one generic tour that everybody can kind of relate to, and for some people it's too much, and for other people it might not be enough.
And the thing is whether you're doing a bus tour kind of thing or a private tour kind of thing, ask those questions because they're here to help you out.
Yeah, there's actually nothing more boring for me than to take you around to all the monuments and tell you a whole bunch of stuff and to you just kind of give me a blank stare back, right? So the more questions that people ask, the more that it's engaging for me and you, and it really is a better experience. And so don't feel shy about that sort of thing. Ask away. There's no question that I haven't heard, I think, at this point.
Yeah, because they can give you like the who's and what's, but they also give you, hey, where should you go eat? Do I need to make reservations? This kind of stuff. They can really help you out. And another thing, like for me, what I've seen when we've gone around the world and talked people who've done tours, one of the reasons why people sign up for tours is, one, they don't know the country, so they're kind of scared. Like, I don't know anything about China. I don't speak the language. I just want to do a tour to make it easier. Well, sometimes the tours do make it easier because they can handle, some do their transportation, some just do a tour, some just do a, take you to one museum. There's lots of different kind of tours out there. And so find one that can help you, because if you're worried about something, they can help you out.
So sometimes I actually think that the title tour guide is not entirely accurate to what I do. I do give a tour, I certainly do that, but I also kind of see myself as your concierge.
Yeah.
So when you come on my tour, you don't just have to ask me questions about the monuments or the city, what's right in front of us. You can ask me about where to eat. You can tell me about what hotel you're staying in, and I can tell you what's good that's nearby and make recommendations based on that, or how long you're going to be in town and things that you might want to see or that you might want to skip now that you're here.
Yeah, and that's what's cool about it, because sometimes they are just holding your hand, like, I'm worried to take me along, but the thing is, they do a great job. And for me, one of the best parts of these tour guides and getting the private guides is you really learn so much more about the city, that it's not just a collection of museums and monuments. It's a living, breathing city, and that's why tour guides and travel guides do a really great job. And I know they're not for everybody. I know a lot of people like we're talking. You can do your own stuff. We do a lot of our own things, but occasionally, what's a place like DC? I love DC, but I haven't been here since 8th grade, and I love U.S. history, and I want to know more about it. I find a guide like Rob to help me out, or whether it's the guys we've had in Ecuador or other countries. They really just bring so much more out of it that it makes a great experience. So I want to say thanks to Rob.
Thanks,
from
Mark.
triphacksdc.com. You'll see their websites down over there. Also, click down below. You'll see his YouTube channel, Twitter, Instagram, websites. If you want to book tours, you can go to tour with him when he's here. He's an awesome guy with all kinds of great tours. Anything else you want to say before we take off?
Yeah, go ahead and check out the TripHacks DC YouTube channel, and hopefully I'll see you when you come to Washington, D.C. And thanks again, Mark.
No problem. Have a good time. Bye from Washington, D.C. Oh, and bye from Jocelyn.